Hey everybody, welcome to JLB Sports TV. I am Justin Block, and today Liverpool defeated Norwich at Carrow Road at a score of 5-2. Now the big issue going into the match was who starts in John Joe Shelby's place. We all know he's suspended for a couple of games following his red card at Manchester United, or against Manchester United. And Brendan Rodgers had a little bit of a dilemma in midfield. It was like whether you start Steven Gerrard up front in that attacking midfielder role where he's been so bad at all season, or if you play him in a holding role like he's been better at this season, and maybe you play Henderson or Suso in that attacking midfielder role. Now, I personally thought Suso would be in that attacking midfielder role with Gerrard and Joe Allen being the holding midfielders, but after the midweek game in the Capital One Cup, you just had to start Nuri Sahin. The dude is on fire right now. So it was Joe Allen and Nuri Sahin as the holding midfielders, Gerrard up front as the sort of false 10 in the attacking midfielder role, and he did not disappoint. He created the most chances out of all Liverpool players today, which is 5. Now, Brendan Rodgers also sent a very stern warning to Fabio Borini and Jose Enrique by starting Andre Wisdom out right back in Enrique's place. Glenn Johnson moved over to left back. And Suso actually started on the wing in place of Fabio Borini. So that was a little kick in the butt to those two players that you normally expect to be in Liverpool's side, two expensive players. And Brendan Rodgers started 2 academy players in front of them, and they did not disappoint either. The front three of Suarez, Sterling, and Suso is probably the most direct playing attacking front three Liverpool have had in recent memory. Those guys are terrific. They like to run at defenders. They're not afraid to get beat. They love to beat the guy on the ball. And it's just really great football to watch. It's attacking, it's exciting, and it gets fans on their feet, frankly. But the big part with those three is that they're also disciplined enough to take back, and if they make a run, they know, oh, okay, maybe my run isn't working right now. Let me hold the ball up and restart. They're not just going to run with their heads down, 400 miles an hour like Brendan Rodgers likes to say. So there's definitely discipline from those runners today, the guys that like to play with the ball at the feet, especially from Luis Suarez. This season, he's sort of been branded as kind of selfish because he'll make all these runs and just ruin all these movements tactically. But today, he was taking what the defense was giving him. He made his runs when it was available, and when they weren't available, he would pull it back or play in another teammate. And Luis Suarez was ultimately rewarded with a great hat trick. It's fair to say Luis Suarez has Norwich's number by now. He had a hat trick at the end of last season, another hat trick now. Spectacular goals. I don't think we'll ever understand Luis Suarez. The guy just has incredible goals. They're never easy. And then he has, sitters. He'll be played in on goal. He'll be 6 yards in front of the goal, and he'll just completely miss. So we'll never really understand what Luis Suarez does, but all I know is that he's Liverpool's leading goal scorer right now, and the man can put the ball in the back of the net. I also wanted to talk about Andre Wisdom for a bit, because if he was bad today, I think Enrique would probably be automatic to come back into the side next week, but he wasn't. And using some stats from @AnfieldIndex, the Twitter account, Andre Wisdom had 96% passing accuracy, which is the 3rd most out of every Liverpool player today. He won 100% of his tackles, 86% of ground duels, and 100% of aerial duels. So he was clean at the back and always looked to make a pass. So great performance today from the youngster Andre Wisdom. Some other great stats I want to throw out to you. Joe Allen, again, my boy Joe Allen, 95 passes today, 96% accurate, with 29% of them going forward. So another great vintage Joe Allen performance again today. If you don't really notice him in the game, that's probably a good thing. That means he's doing his job. When you do notice Joe Allen, it's usually when he's making a mistake or his ball is intercepted or something like that. Today, Liverpool attempted over 700 passes with 90% of them being accurate. So again, Liverpool playing great pass and move possession football. I think they had over 60% of the possession as well. They just played how you would expect a Brendan Rodgers side to play, death by football. I think it's spectacular that Brendan Rodgers is starting youngsters like Sterling and Suso and Andre Wisdom. Those guys are totally cool on the ball. In my history of watching professional sports, I've never seen teenagers play a professional game and look so confident and calm and collective on the ball, just being out there. And that all starts from Brendan Rodgers instilling the confidence in them so that they genuinely believe that they can go out there, even though they're 17, 16 years old, and they weren't even born when Liverpool last won the Premier League, that they can go out there and actually do well and contribute. I also want to touch on Luis Suarez. There was another obvious penalty today. He was just straight up elbowed in the back in the box. And frankly, the FA and the English referees are going to get Luis Suarez killed. I don't know what more Luis Suarez can do to possibly win a penalty. If any of you sort of video compilation makers or somebody that puts together video highlights of Liverpool, if you could put together a video of all of the times Liverpool or all of the times Luis Suarez has been fouled in the box this season and should have been awarded a penalty, that would be great. Deliver that to the FA, and maybe they'd actually start calling some fucking penalties against Luis Suarez, because it's really sickening, and he's going to get hurt if this keeps happening. So again, it was a great performance from Liverpool today. Very proud of everybody. Everybody played spectacularly. I think Pepe Reina actually kind of had a howler at the end, allowing the first goal. He tried to catch the ball. I think it was a little too much powerful of a shot. He should just try to stonewall it. No matter what the score is, it's never great to give up a goal, and Liverpool ended up giving 2 today. I noticed throughout the game, Liverpool really weren't that tight defensively. I think going forward, that's something that Brendan Rodgers will start to work on. The attack and the passing and the movement starting to get there, but now Liverpool are getting a little too loose at the back. So, when something starts to get better, another thing starts to unravel a little bit more. I love the open flow of the game. I love the way Liverpool play, but I would sleep a little bit easier at night knowing if Liverpool were just a tad bit tired defensively. It'd be nice to keep a clean sheet for once. So that was really the only negative part of the match. I hate to be negative when Liverpool win 5-2, but when you give up 2 sloppy goals like that, it never feels good. Liverpool have had at least 1 sloppy defensive mistake every game, and that's how they're really giving up goals. It's not like teams are breaking Liverpool down, it's just that they're making sloppy defensive errors. And before I go, I just want to answer one question that a fan, Dominic Tavitian, asked me on Twitter. I know I don't do Fan Friday anymore, but I just want to get this one question in. He wanted to ask me, how long have you known Greg from LCTV USA? Did he start liking Liverpool with you, or has he always? How do you know him? And I've known Greg from LCTV USA since literally the day I was born. He was born one day after me. We've been family friends for the past 18, 19 years. I got him to start liking Liverpool when I started liking the club. And he's a top fan. So that's all I have to say about Greg. I know Greg hasn't posted videos in a while. I think he just wanted a break from the whole YouTube thing. But if you want more from Greg, he actually does write at my website, jlbsports.tv. He's actually penned a ton of columns for us. So if you go to the website, jlbsports.tv, go to the section contributors, or just look on the front page. Greg's name is littered all over there. So that's all for today of JLB Sports TV. I am Justin Block. Great victory today. And now this is the important part for Liverpool, being able to string together a series of games where they can, get 7 points out of 9. Get 9 points out of 9. Just have a good, solid winning streak or a streak of results, and that starts today. I got the iPhone 5. Oh, man. Joe Allen.